Gore Vidal, one of the pillars of the American literary scene, has died at the age of 86. The author of historical novels like Lincoln Burr and 1876, he was also known for his literary and political feuds in which his weapons of choice were some of the wittiest and most quotable one-liners of the last century. Egotistical and caustic, elegant and brilliant, he once referred to himself as a gentleman bitch. Gore Vidal, the 20th century answer to Oscar Wilde, surveying the world from his spectacular home on Italy's Amalfi Coast, like a Roman emperor in exile. Born at West Point Military Academy in the US to a famous aviator father and an infamous socialite mother, Gore Vidal was a member of the American establishment, but spent a life ruffling its feathers. He wrote his first novel when he was just 19. He wrote his most controversial, The City and the Pillar, in 1948, and made jaws drop and publishers' doors shut with his open portrayal of a gay main character. Hollywood drafted him to write scripts. Most famously, he worked on Ben-Hur and insisted that the Roman drama with Charlton Heston, a man not exactly known for being in touch with his feminine side, had a homoerotic undertone.
The race won, the enemy destroyed.
I see no enemy.
But Gore Vidal saw plenty. He meandered restlessly and relentlessly from literature to politics. He ran twice for Congress without success. And although he was part of the Kennedy solar system, albeit as an outer moon, he turned virulently against the president's war in Vietnam. In 1968, when television was still impeccably polite, he clashed famously with the conservative intellectual William Buckley.
As far as I'm concerned, the only sort of pro-crypto-Nazi I can think of is yourself. Failing that, I will only say that we can't have...
Now listen, you
the right of assembly...
Stop calling me a crypto-Nazi.
Let's stop calling names.
You in your goddamn face, and you'll stay plastered.
Feuds were not just political. This clash in 1971 with Norman Mailer came after Vidal had compared his rival author to the mass murderer Charles Manson.
Are you ready to apologize?
I would apologize if it hurts your feelings. Of course I would.
No, it hurts my sense of intellectual pollution.
Well, I must say, as an expert, you should know about that.
I would like to...
And this wasn't the end of it. Mailer later got physical and pushed Vidal to the floor at a party. There were other victims of his barbed aphorisms. Senator Kennedy was dismissed as having all the charm of 300 pounds of condemned veal. His judgment on Andy Warhol, the only genius I've ever known with an IQ of 60. On his own appetites, I never miss a chance to have sex or appear on television. Quizzed on whether his first sexual encounter was with a man or with a woman, he said he'd been too polite to ask. And acknowledging his own egotism, every time a friend succeeds, I die a little. In political terms, Vidal's views were always off-Broadway, but after 9/11, they arguably went off the edge. He called the attacks on America a coup d'etat, and he referred to Britain as little more than an American aircraft carrier.
You know, 9/11 was a coup d'etat in which the American government was overthrown. And in no time at all, with that crazy little attorney general we had, Gonzalez, everything he did while he was attorney general was to make legal every illegality and every breach of the Constitution that Bush had in mind, or Cheney had in mind.
He would probably have been dismissed and ignored as a crank had it not been for his eloquence and wit. Old age hardened him.
Why shouldn't I take it as a statement of reality?
I don't know why you would, because I don't know who you are.
I myself had the dubious pleasure of witnessing Gore Vidal maul one of Britain's unassailable broadcasters.
If you let me talk, I am thrilled.
Gore Vidal, author of 25 novels, memoirs, countless essays, and strident political views. But above all, he'll be remembered for his one-liners.